You're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. Yeah. So tell me what to do now, Chris. I want you back. NSYNC's back tonight. VMA.
Oh man, I don't know what's worse, that singing or the
Or the
fact
song.
that Chris looks like that guy from when they stormed the building in Washington with the big freaking yak head on
Oh,
his.
yeah. Yeah,
That
you
was
look
like
like
Bull or something like that. I can't
January
remember.
6th guy. Yeah,
Yeah, that guy. That's the guy. That's the
that's
guy.
the guy. You are him. He is you. I am him. I am
Sorry,
him.
guys.
You're our unicorn for today.
The kids have taken over the basement.
Your man room.
I am not in control here anymore.
I guess you guys probably want to know what kind of show we are.
Hold on.
Logos and such.
The kids.
Oh man, we should just quit the show right now.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn.
they've taken over. Got Fancy Nancy here on the phone, just in case.
Fancy Nancy. What's the dog's name?
Hello?
Lavinia Chandelier or something like that?
I don't remember.
That phone's
Man,
actually,
I don't know.
foreshadowing for later. I love it. That's good. That's good. Well played, Chris. Well played.
Hey,
that helps no one.
Here to help.
On Crier Media. Welcome. We are covering week 1. We have highlights actually this time.
We got there.
Semi-stolen from the internet, but no one's going to call us on it. We're going to talk about some football. We're going to talk about injuries. The name of this week's show is called Rodger That. Oink. I find it funny.
Rodger that.
Rodger that. 10-4, good buddy. I find it hilarious that the New York Football Jets, despite losing Aaron Rodgers last night, played like a bag of butts, and they managed to fart out a win last night. Unfreaking believable. I've been workshopping that all day. I hope you guys like that.
Bag of butts.
Bag of butts, farting out a victory. What did you, I mean, Chris, you and I saw each other. Yeah, you and I saw each other yesterday, so we had a quick chatty chat.
We did.
About that game.
Saw you in your tight pants.
Yep. Can't find them all of a sudden, so that's weird. But Ted, as is everything, you're late to a lot of things. Are you just finding out about Aaron Rodgers being injured, or do you know about this already?
I'm there. I'm with you. I feel bad for the guy who went through that. So,
based on you're like a semi-pro athlete, you're a pro in my eyes, but semi-pro in the grand scheme of it. How long before? Let's say
when it comes to injuries, Ted is the professional here.
That's true. That's true.
Injuries, not ouchies. Injuries.
Right. How long do you think, if he decided to make a full comeback, how long do you think it would take him to be like Aaron Rodgers that we knew about before he got hurt?
To get all the way back? Like, so you can get all the way back healthy by next year?
Like legit healthy? I don't know. You think so?
The exact same thing just happened to Jakeem Grant. So Cleveland Brown punt returner.
Mm-hmm.
Like punt return specialist. You probably remember him for his days in Miami. He still hasn't played really a snap yet. Hasn't played a snap yet for the Browns, but tore his Achilles like first game, I want to say preseason, was all the way back, had practically won the punt return job. Game 1 preseason, he tore, I don't know, it was like ligament in his other leg, probably because he spent the year favoring it. But yeah, got all the way back, was ready to go, just got a separate season-ending injury. I think it was like a patella tendon or something like that. So you can get back, but I would say you're healthy by you're fully healthy by 6 months. You're getting strong by 8 months. You're all the way back by, you're fully healthy by a year, but you're not fully recovered and back to yourself, I would say, until year 2. And I think that's
kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Grant Delpit's just gone through the same thing. So Grant Delpit tore an Achilles in his first year, sat a year out, came all the way back, had a pretty rough year last year, but is there and he's looking really good this year, finally feeling like himself. So he's got a long road to hoe. I don't know, at that age, that's going to be tough to come back. It's the same age actually when I tore mine.
You think his career is likely in jeopardy at this point, hey?
Well,
figuratively and literally.
All those guys, right? I mean, Jack Conklin tore an MCL, 15 snaps into the game. He's 30 some odd years old now. just takes so much longer to get back now, right? So Jakeem Grant was 30. A guy like Delpit was much younger, right? But you just miss stuff. You don't have the same amount of flexibility. 100% is not a true 100%. It's like a different 100%. You get a different way of getting back there. Chris knows he's got the bad hip. You get all the way back, but you get to it in a different way, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Surgeon reminded me, just because you're getting surgery doesn't mean you're coming back with an 18-year-old hip. It's like you're coming back with like an 80%.
You get to go in there with
not
an
100%.
18-year-old? That's awesome.
Yeah. Get to check out those hips.
A hip one. Like no family past this point. Oh, she's not family. It's fine. J.K. Dobbins out for the season. We're gonna get
again,
into that as
same
well.
deal.
Man, football sucks sometimes. Like
it was bad. I mean, Austin Eckler hurt, Richardson hurt, Dobbins hurt, Lockett, Jones, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Jacoby Myers, Firemouth. It goes on and on. Like the list of, I mean, it's always like this in week one. I think I'm never surprised by the amount of injuries that happen, but the amount of big injuries to like really pivotal players is like scary.
Yeah,
Lockett's fine.
Good. I need him this week.
The bigger concern in Seattle right now is the left tackle and right tackle, not Tyler Lockett. He was just getting checked out for Conkey. He's good, but we got Charles Cross, left tackle, dealing with a turf toe, and right tackle Abe Lucas dealing with something to do with his knee. So Seahawks just went out and signed 41-year-old Jason Peters today.
That's what you do, man.
The offensive line.
So there's hope for all of us.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Cleveland was going to do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
He signed to the practice squad, which is hilarious to me.
You guys saw Bijan Robinson on the weekend.
Bijan.
I can call him whatever I want. He's not going to call me on it.
Dijon Robinson.
Dijon.
The mustard, the fancy mustard. Yeah,
how great would that be if your nickname was just Mustard?
I like that.
Yeah.
Or Colonel.
Great. Little Gray Poupon.
They're gonna call at some point. Then they get it to like Colonel, like Colonel Mustard, and then they just call him Clue, or then it just
remember
gets
or Monocle.
Do you guys remember the Wayne's World Gray Poupon commercial back in the 90s?
Excuse me, sir.
So good. Oh man,
Good.
Wayne's World.
Good times. Party time. Excellent.
So good.
Do you guys play Pick'em at all?
Periodically, yeah.
Yeah, I have in the past, and I haven't done it for the last couple of years.
So, as you guys know, I have my work Pick'em, and it was a bad week. It was a really
no doubt.
It was basically everything you believe you know about the sport of football. You do not. The Kansas City Chiefs lost. The Buffalo Bills lost. Cincinnati Bengals lost. Took a bit of a stretch. I thought the Seahawks might have been winning that game. So that was one of the ones. But there were games that made no sense, and I got all those wrong. Guess how many I got right this week?
I know.
Do you?
Well, because we saw each other yesterday. You told me.
Okay.
6.
Yeah.
It was 6.
It was 6? Oh, nice.
It was, yeah.
Thankfully, the leader is 10.
But I want to put it out there, Ryan. You should have had 7 because last week on this show, you did say that the Lions are going to beat the Chiefs. But you didn't pick them in your pick-up.
And I'm living by the sword, dying by the sword. That's fair. I did call that, and I said I was taking the Chiefs anyway, but you should pick it for the basis of the show. So really, I need to watch this show after we're done. I think I need to make sure. Like, do you guys see THNO this week? Like, you were on it, I know, but did you see it? Because I don't think I did. So that's fair. Yeah, it was awful. And then to cap everything off, I believe Cam Akers is done as a viable option as a running back, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Very, very frustrating stuff.
What do you mean?
Cam Akers train
22 carries for 29 yards isn't good.
We're gonna keep giving you the ball, but coach, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah,
man,
it's not good
against the Seahawks run defense. That is terrible.
Yeah, I held on to this guy. Like, you know, when you've got shares in a guy, like you're just so confident, and you just believe in him more than he believes in himself, and still nothing. Yeah, I think I gotta get him on the trade market because I don't want to let him go for nothing. Jeez,
Good
you know
luck.
what sucks? I almost kept Aaron Rodgers instead of Akers.
Well,
So at least
that
I got
also
something to work with here.
sucked, so.
Yeah, that would have been awful. So.
You're gonna Derrick Henry yourself into Cam Akers releasing him, and then he's gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah,
and go off.
he's going to be the next Marshawn.
I hate Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Still to this day. No, it's not.
Okay, what do you got against
Ryan
Derrick
just turned
Henry?
into a robot.
He just had him forever. He had him for all of the years he wasn't.
I had him for 2.5 years, literally for all of the time that he wasn't good.
Yeah,
2.5 years.
Yeah,
I cut him. I was like, I have to cut bait. Like he's running out of options here. Like I have to make this waiver claim, and like Derrick Henry's the guy I'm dropping. I dropped him, and I think like 3 weeks later he just went and like to the moon. And to this day, I will fire Derrick Henry into the sun because I can't stand that guy.
checks out.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay.
I'm trying to trade him in our other league here, and I'm having a hard time doing it.
Because everyone's scared, right? Everyone's waiting for the wheels to fall off. Like it's going to happen eventually, like it does with every other running back. But the question is when, and everyone's too scared to pull the trigger on a guy like that because they're just waiting for it to happen, right? Which is why you're trying to get out from under him too.
Yeah. I hate getting to that point in a guy's career. I mean,
Ryan, you're a robot.
Yeah, robot.
Am I? Oh, I could see it.
Yeah,
okay, how about now? Better now.
Like if I do this, how about now?
Yeah. What if I shake myself till the internet works? That's probably why
you're still pretty screwy.
Oh, I don't care. We're gonna run with it anyway. Are you guys ready for the most popular segment in online sports shows? Did you at least hear me?
Yep.
No. Okay. You gotta help me out. If I'm lagging, you gotta help me out. Throw me a bone here.
Yeah, stoked. What is the most popular segment?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
It's THNO Stars. And you know what? We're gonna keep Tom Brady up there. He deserves every little bit, every little thing that he's got. I'm gonna go first, only because I'm gonna take over, and I gotta delete a video to add the next one. So, we ran out of room. Apparently, we don't have as much room as we had last year on the show on the little design thingy here. So, one day we'll have all the toys.
Props to you for running the panel like you do, our technical guy.
Yeah,
produces the show.
Yeah,
hosts the show.
Yeah. What thanks do I get?
It's a hard. I just said thank you.
Yeah. What thanks do I get? $8.29. Okay, I'm here. No big deal. Leave me stressing.
I had to pee. Okay.
Yeah, that was 10 minutes ago. Bring a cup next time. Bring a cup next. This is a grandpa's cough medicine. Get out of here. Okay, so I'm going to take over the all-name team this week, and he's a little guy named. He's not ASAP Ferg. He's not Lil John. He's Lil Jordan Humphrey, and you definitely didn't have him starting. And what did he do? He scored one of those mega scores, or as we call in the show, a touchdown. Let's check it out.
In the backfield, off the play fake to him. Wilson looking toward the end zone. Trying to get away from Crosby. Back to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. It's LJ Humphrey.
LJ. They don't even. They don't even.
Who the hell is LJ?
They don't even give him what he deserves. That sucks.
I love that his name's Lil Jordan, literally because of Michael Jordan. His mom didn't want to name him Michael, so she named him Lil Jordan.
No kidding.
That's a Ball Hawks podcast fun fact for you.
Yeah, what's going on with that show?
It's on hiatus.
I don't care. This is where it's at now. It's like, wow, that got serious really quickly.
It's on hiatus.
Okay. Are you guys gonna be covering like hockey next season?
No,
or what?
no. It's like NSYNC. It'll just come back one day, and you won't be ready for it.
That's true.
Which one day see us
So which one are
handing
you?
out awards?
Are you the fat
Taylor
Italian guy
Swift
or what?
and-
Yeah, a couple of space
Okay.
cowboys doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? Who wants to go? Ted, it looks like you're ready to rock and roll, I think.
Yeah, I'll try Ceratops the shit out of this. So my guy THNO for the week. You know you're not expecting this because the guy missed basically the entirety of training camp. He holds the distinct record for a 0-0 standing. So 0 owned, 0 started. Yeah, all of training camp, either out on a sickness or on the stationary bike, sitting behind none other than David Njoku and Jordan Atkins. Yes, Harrison Bryant gets into the game, gets 2 passes, 2 targets thrown his way, but scores on a 4-yard strike and Deshaun Watson's only touchdown pass of the game. And it was a beauty. Beautiful play fake, nice catch, and even the big slide to secure the ball like a brand new newborn baby.
Ted likes his Cleveland Browns.
Take the handoff. Watson the flip. Touchdown! Bryant with the grab.
He spiked the piss out of that ball.
Well, if you hadn't been through all of training camp and you were sick and you spent time on the stationary bike the whole time, you'd spike the piss out of the ball too.
Man, I think that went into like the second level for sure.
Second level
impressive.
bounce.
Yeah,
I enjoyed watching it on Ryan. I enjoyed watching that on Ryan's dial-up internet there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Was it glitchy on your end too?
It's slow and grainy and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll show great on the replay, I'm sure of it. Because I
think
got
Ryan's
the
recording
HD.
on
So,
a potato right now.
What kind of HD?
I don't know. It just says HD.
Heavy definition.
Heavy definition. Yeah. It's,
Dick.
welcome back, Chris. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right, sir. I'm just
I'm
gonna.
all hopped up on cold pills this week. So
Hopped up a Mountain Dew.
Still feeling like kind of smashed assholes.
Oh yeah.
I'm still sounding a little rough, still a little phlegmy, but I'm all right.
Okay.
I
Well,
will survive. Hey,
that's cool. That's
hey.
cool. Sun's out, guns out. Apparently, at your house. Nice arms, buddy.
Yeah, Chris has been hitting the gym. He's in better shape than he's ever been.
Do you wipe off?
Or maybe he's a better shape than he's ever been. I don't know.
Do you wipe
Well, I
off
can't
the
remember.
elliptical when you're done?
That's a Steve thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't wipe it off?
That's a Steve Fisher thing. Well, very few of us produce enough sweat to have to wipe down an entire machine like that.
Oh
but-
man, you know me. I sweat like a freaking ape. So anyway,
My favorite thing to tell my wife when I get home from the gym is I left my DNA all over that place today.
It's like a murder scene in there.
She just and every time I get the same reaction, which is why I continue to do it. She goes, "Oh, gross." I'm like, "Yeah, just sweat everywhere."
CSI heads in there with their black light. It's going to be.
oh no,
He's
Yeah,
It's all
I'm,
pipes.
I'm,
it's all
like a
pretty
Chris
good.
bomb went off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good for not sweating on the machines, but like I'll sweat just all over the floor. Just
Well, that's allowed.
Crazy.
walk
That's
away
allowed.
from it.
That's cool. That's cool. The more you know.
The more you know.
Chris, what do you got as your THNO this week, bud?
Yeah, so I'm actually going the same way as Mr. T3 Re at the bottom there.
Mm,
This guy is 0% rostered, therefore 0% started. We knew someone for the Kansas City Chiefs was going to Thanos. We knew it was going to happen.
It has to.
No Travis Kelce. Their wide receivers are trash. I mean, we all thought maybe it was going to be Noah Gray. Unfortunately, our boy Jody Fortson wasn't there to, get his yearly nomination. I mean, we should honestly, the Thanos should be the Jody Fortson Thanos star of the week.
Agree.
so we get rid of Brady and put in Jody in there?
Yeah, I think it should be.
I like that. I like
I would
that.
like-
That's a good
I would like-
idea.
I would like to make a motion. It should be named after Jody Fortson going
A
forward.
second.
Okay. All in favor? That works. 3 works. So motion passed. We will have Jody next week.
That was
There
so easy.
Yeah.
Wish you guys were on my strata.
Easy. wish you guys were on mine too.
Strata sucks, you losers.
Oh man, it's not even Strata; it's HOA, which I think is actually might be worse than Strata.
Oh man, the Sons of Anarchy. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like
That's-
Strata's bastard stepchild.
My Thanos 4-yard touchdown. Never even heard of this guy before. 32-year-old tight end, Kansas City Chiefs, Blake Bell. That helps no one.
32. Wow, good for him.
Mahomes looking. Sidearm sling for the touchdown. Mahomes goes to Blake Bell.
Well, that was fun.
I don't think they get much easier than that.
And it looked like a Jody Fortson score, really. I mean, you could have told me that it's Fortson.
Little Mahomes sidearm.
Beauty.
Who was that actor? Lake Bell. That's what I was thinking. It was Lake Bell.
I've never heard of this. Who's Lake Bell?
You should Google it.
I'm going to.
You should.
Yeah, Lake Bell.
Yeah.
She was in what was that one where they freaking had the farm? They like moved to a farm or something last year or something.
Is this porn? Ryan, are you talking about porn?
No,
not this time. Lake Bell. Google it. She was in a show.
I am. Just
Like we
relax.
bought a farm or something like that. Lake,
I recognize her.
She does look familiar.
Lake Bell.
It's like she's got one of those like that guy, that guy faces, but it's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too close to call there. Bless this mess.
You know when you're watching something, you're like, "Hey, it's that guy," but like, where do I know that guy from?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's that.
I think I missed catching Bless This Mess back in 2019.
Dax Shepard. They like bought a farm or something.
She's done a shit ton of voice acting.
And you know what's crazy? Scored a touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs in week 1. Pretty wicked.
Thanos.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got it, right? Like I can go from any role in TV, from professional athlete to actor. So that's pretty cool. Good pick, Chris. I really like what you did with your option there. And then Steve, even though he's not here, rules are rules. You got to have a THNO. I'm going to use his words and just imagine me being like really douchey about this. The Red Rocket, Hayden Hurst, former Ravens first round pick. Just a second. Just wait. You guys, Ravens, former first round pick. He had
You have to put the mic all the way in front of your face.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just wait. Okay. How's that? Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Steve.
You're not wearing enough camo.
You look like emo Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
Now you got to play the music in the background when nothing else is happening. 5 catches, 41 yards, and a tutty. But wait, I'm Steve, and I got more to say because we all didn't talk enough, apparently. Did this MF just throw Bryce Young's first NFL touchdown to the stands? This deserves a final recommendation and a come on, man. That's
Come on, man.
Like Chris when he's at the gym. Come on, man. That was another joke. Let's
wipe your machine.
Yeah.
Calm as can be.
Without a huddle here. He throws. It's caught. And Bryce Young has his first NFL touchdown.
Yeah, not cool. You can't do that. You don't throw it. Like he threw that as far as Harrison spiked that ball.
Hayden Hurst.
You blew it. Big time. On a very little known show called THNO, you blew it. Sorry, bud.
You blew it.
Not good.
Jay on right.
You absolutely blew it.
Not good at all. Who does that? We just like we're out here touting the Panthers. We're like, hey man, thanks Bradley Bozeman, thanks. And he goes and screws it all up for everybody. We're having a good time.
To be fair, Mike Evans did throw Tom Brady's record-setting ball into the stands as well.
And that cost some money.
So, like,
yeah, slightly
honestly,
different.
Okay, which one's worse? Throwing Bryce Young's first touchdown or Tom Brady's record-setting?
I think we all know the answer. Oh, I'm not even going to put my hand up. You should already know. Yeah, that was awful. You did what? Oh, man, I'm really sorry about that. Dude, literally been with you the entire time. What an idiot. They're both dumb for that, but now Mike Evans is getting out of town, so that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're done, THNO. That was actually a lot of fun this week. I had fun being Steve for a second. Actually, I lied. I hated it. It was off. I felt icky about it.
I had fun with it. I thought it was great.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad that worked for some of us. Let's get into my second favorite clip show of the second favorite part of the show. Anytime now, computer. There we go. Sleepy ads with Chris.
I look much different than in that photo.
I know, but it's still good. I'm not going to get rid of it because it's nostalgia. People love that. Like you're wearing a Canucks 40th anniversary t-shirt. That brings you back to better times.
I got this for free.
Dude, you got Richard Sherman in the background. We've gone a long way since whatever you got going on in your house. So.
I mean, if it helps, I could probably update that photo anytime you guys want.
Yeah, probably won't take much.
Ask Nadine. She could probably take like at least 5 of those photos every week. Oh, Chris is asleep on the couch again.
But you got booze hanging around you like that? Do you get iced and then fall asleep watching Mean Girls?
I got set up.
I don't know what
you're
talking
about.
Mm.
I got iced on my birthday.
No rebuttals.
You got iced on your birthday?
Yeah, the neighbor iced me on my birthday.
Have you seen these these people they go in to see their newborn baby nephew or whatever, and they're handed a baby and it's
amazing.
them getting iced?
Amazing. I have seen that, and
in the hospital.
So good. So my neighbor came over on my birthday. She had a giant gift bag. I was like, oh, what the hell? I was thinking there's probably a 6-pack in there, right? So I open it up and there's a couple tall boys in there. So I pull those out. And then there's a smaller, and I should have known because I iced her a couple weeks ago. And then there's a smaller gift bag inside the big gift bag, also with a bunch of tissue paper in it. So I'm like, oh, what's this? And I pull the smaller gift bag out and I reach in. And as soon as I reach in the bag, I'm like, oh.
You knew.
I knew.
But it was too late.
Yeah, she got me good.
What's the rule on getting iced? It's if you see it, if you reach into a bag and you feel it, you know better. Can you just put it down and never look at it?
No, because you got caught.
It's not quite like one you cut a hole in the box.
Yeah. If I walk up to you, Ted, and you're like, oh, iced, and you see me place it right in front of you, that doesn't count. But for your 40th, when we put it on your doorstep, knocked on the door and all ran away, that counts.
That counts.
You can't just shut your door and walk away.
Instead, I put some pants on and I came outside.
Yeah.
So really, he was just playing by proper rules. Ted, who is your sleepy ad this week?
Sleepy ad this week, I'm going to go for Jaden Reed. I'm going out to Green Bay. I'm going to take it to the Jordan Love show. Did you guys catch that game? He looks solid. Jaden Reed is part of the 0-0 club as well. He's got some extra wiggle. He's a smaller guy. Michigan State alumni, 2nd-round draft pick. They were talking him up all camp. He looked really good, and I think he did well in this first game too. He got 5 targets, came away with a couple of catches, and Christian Watson's going to come back eventually, but that ball's going to have to go somewhere. And I don't think Green Bay knows 100% who their receivers are and what their rotation is going to be and what the pecking order is going to be yet. So I think if I'm going to be buying into that offense, I want one of these guys. And what's available right now, it's going to be a guy like Jaden Reed. So pick him up. He's a well sought after receiver. Played 53% of the snap share this past week. I think he's going to get a little more. He's an older rookie too, which I kind of like, especially at the receiver position, 23 years of age instead of a young 21 or 22 guy. So he's got some swagger to him. Yeah, man, I don't know. He could be kind of like a poor man's Elijah Moore. I mean, they could use him for some weird plays and some trickery out of the backfield. But yeah, this could be a fun little pickup and taking a little flyer on a guy like Jaden Reed if you got him on your roster to just stash him. Yeah, you got lots of fun receivers out there, so go for it.
I got Romeo Dobbs, so suck it.
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah, basically the same thing.
Green Bay, yeah, kind of the same thing for all those guys because they don't have a giant there anymore. So
true that, homie.
Yeah.
Chris, who would you like?
Word up, son.
All of the words to your mother.
Word up, son.
Go sleepily add someone for us.
I'm going to sleepily add Tutu Atwell. We all know everyone's rushing to the waiver wire to blow their fob load on Puka Nakua. So we're not,
Chris at the gym.
yeah, yeah, leaving DNA all over the place to get Puka Nakua.
We're putting fab all over the gym floor for Puka.
There's fab everywhere. It's everywhere.
So why not sneak in through? Why not sneak in through the back door and leave your DNA in the back door to grab Tutu? He had 8 targets, 6 catches for 119 yards. Cooper Kupp's out at least 3 more weeks that we know of because he's on IR, so he has to miss at least the first 4 games. I think Stafford and Tutu are just going to continue to build on their chemistry that they had from week 1. So again, instead of blowing your fob all over the gym for Puka, sneak in through that back door and go get Tutu for pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar.
Nobody's gonna poo-poo that pick there, Chris. Steve, I don't want to do my hair down. It's been done. The bit's done. He's got Josh Kelly. Is Eckler healthy? He says we don't know yet. These are questions that he put up in the group chat. But it's worth
Steve asking.
I don't know. He's
not here. We could DM Austin Eckler. He's a fantasy football guy.
Is he going to get back to us in a timely manner before the show's over? I doubt it.
Try it.
West Coast guy, so possibly. Kelly put up 91 yards and a tutty on 16 carries for 5.69 yards per carry. Played 49% of the snaps against the Dolphins in week 1. That's a pretty decent ad. Running backs are definitely the name of the game after week 1. I guess tight ends as well. So let's get in there early, folks. And these are going to be the ones where you're going to get to steal early because it gets tougher and tougher and tougher after every week. Depending on how big your bench is, which, I mean, in our main league here, or I'm going to say my main league, it might not be your main leagues, guys. We've got a pretty decent sized bench. So it's a pretty deep draft. So you're usually going for guys that are, rookie receivers that aren't, the top rookies. You're grabbing guys usually lower in the depth chart. But you're going to get an opportunity to snag a few of these guys in weeks 1, probably through 4. And then it's really going to get desperate as we go on. But you never know. Sometimes diamonds in the rough kind of carry through. But get in while you can. Kelly might be a decent option to add. For me, well, as I said at the beginning of the show, I think it's time to sell on Cam Akers. We all hoped it was going to be a better fate than Super Bowl champion Cam Akers, but they lied to us. They lied. Who are they? I mean, the Rams. Those are the people that lied to us. Kyren Williams. Let's be all real here. It's over for Akers. 4% owned, 1% started for Kyren Williams. That's going to go up because of how stupid football is. So clearly he's going to get more and more opportunity. You're going to get yourself what? Yes. Go for it. Fire away.
Are you just copying my notes from last week?
Did you say that? I don't feel you did.
Kyren Williams was my sleepy ad last week.
Just wait. Wait, folks.
Chicanius.
It's true. It's true. But I'm proving it now. And I don't have another one. Damn it. Freaking Jared Goff. No, we said him too. Oh no.
It's okay. You're just proving I'm the smartest guy.
I'm gonna admit defeat as the guy that had the most time to prepare and got the least correct. I could tell you by how my pick'em went. So there you go. Yeah, Kyren Williams just proved in week 1 that you definitely need.
Did you see a ghost?
I can hear a phone alarm going off, but it's just on vibrate, and I have no idea where it is. That's exactly it.
That's the battery dying.
You hope that's a phone alarm.
I hope somebody gets it soon.
I could just see it. It's just percolating in his brain. Like, Ted might need a break. Yeah, so there you go. Kyren Williams. Chris said it last week, and I was smart enough to follow his lead this week. On to Sneaky starts with the now retired Taylor Lewan. Too bad for him. Would have been nice. Did you find that? Do you figure it out yet?
No, but it stopped. So
Chris, fire away, buddy.
Yeah, my is it sneaky start?
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Sleepy
Yeah,
start?
sneaky.
Right.
Sneaky starting people.
All right. My sneaky start of the week is Mr. Jared Goff. He is rostered in 66% of the leagues, only started in 24% of leagues last week. He is currently 359 consecutive passes without an interception. I think he is coming up on breaking the record. I think the record rate is 402 consecutive passes without an interception. So he's approaching that mark for sure. Which he came out and said today, it's all just luck. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here and saying start Jared Goff when he's saying throwing the ball is luck. But we just saw Matthew Stafford with his ragtag bunch of receivers pick apart the Seahawks defense for 334 yards. Goff has a lot more weapons. He has his number one weapon in Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has a better offensive line, and the Seahawks pass rush couldn't even get home on Stafford on the Rams' terrible offensive line. So I think until the Seahawks defense can prove otherwise, go ahead, start your quarterbacks against them. We all know Amon-Ra loves to play in the slot. He's going to play in the middle of the field. That's where Stafford really picked the Seahawks apart. So I think Goff is going to have a, unfortunately, big game against my Seattle Seahawks Sunday morning.
And I told you to add him last week, so really, hand in glove.
Who's copying who now, motherfucker?
Chris has gone slightly white gangster on us out of nowhere. That's fun.
Did you also tell us to start Dijon as a sneaky play?
Yeah. That was season.
I was like,
one,
I'm not that big of a mustard guy for starters.
That was season one, you guys. Steve, you know what, Ted, you can go first.
But you'll never live it down.
I won't. Apparently, elephants never forget.
Oh, what's that? Oh, hang on a second. The coconut phone's ringing. Hey, what up, cuz? Oh no. Yeah, hey, my buddy Puka, cousin Puka's on the phone. He says, oh. How come? No, the reason I didn't pick you in fantasy football is because nobody knows who you are. Yeah, I know you're 0 for 0 0 for 0 start. Add nobody. Yeah, nobody. Yeah, nobody's got you. Well, my friend Ryan picked you, but he said I could take you because we're cousins. It's cool. Yeah, okay, I'll let him know. Big deal here. Puka Nacua going off. I mean, Cooper Kupp's out 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks at the minimum. Chris touched on it earlier. I mean, you don't fly all the way across the country to go see a hamstring specialist because you think you're going to be back in 4 weeks. Anybody that's ever pulled a hamstring knows that these things are rough. It takes a long time to heal. Puka can ball. Everybody's seen it so far. I mean, I think this guy's going to keep going, and I feel like if he's going to keep going like this, even when Cooper Kupp comes back, there's going to be plenty of room in this offense for him. So pick up Cuz, go get yourself a good Samoan boy, and start Puka Nacua. It's not a sneaky ad, it's a sneaky start. So get this guy off waivers. He's going to be free. I would even say something like spend, 15 or more % of fab bucks to get your guy on your roster, because he could be a league winner for you. Especially late in the season if you have to get your hands on him. I'm ruining all of this now because I was just talking trade with Ryan, and now he knows that I can't get away with just offering some backup running back like Herbert for him. Tried to do it before the show. It was way too late. So now we're here, and you can't get away from Puka. It means that he's not going to end up on my roster via Ryan Hanks. So thank you, Ryan, for giving me Puka for this. Maybe we can find a way for you to get Puka on my roster in the real league too. So that would be good.
I'm just trying to get some receipts here. He says, my boy cousin Puka available for trade. I like to work something out if possible. My next comment was, are we serious right now? It's like I didn't watch football this Sunday.
It's just crazy. So 15 targets, unreal, 119 yards. Guys, I did a quick math on here. 39 passes thrown. That's like a 40% target share, 39%. That's wild. The ball's got to go somewhere, and he looks good. He looks like he's for real. So, yeah, it's not a joke. I'd be running to pick Puka Nacua up right now if he's available in your league.
You know, it's crazy. I think I got him in the 16th round.
You took him as a joke because you thought his name was funny.
I did. I'm not going to lie.
That's the truth.
I mean, it was that, and I looked at what his opportunity was, and it worked out pretty well for me. So,
Full disclosure, Ryan drafted Puka Nakua, and I was like, "Who the hell is that guy? Never even heard of him."
Yeah, who in Nakua?
So, yeah, I was like Puka, like Puka shells.
Exactly like it.
yeah,
I remember that when I was 16.
he might be the Amon-Ra St. Brown of this year.
Still wear that stuff.
Whoa.
Man,
That
he is for real, and that offense is for real. And
I'd mic drop, but
in.
it's an expensive move if I do that.
Do it. I dare
I can't. I got to keep the show
Pussy.
going.
You won't do it.
Do it.
You won't do it.
Yeah,
You won't do it.
You won't do it.
I
You
could
won't
just
do it.
I could just mute myself. That's the same thing, right? It's basically the same thing. That's the 2023
Just
mic
like-
drop.
Hit your microphone.
Yeah, there you go.
I dropped it.
There. That sounded
Yeah.
terrible. It sounded like I bumped into it accidentally. Like, you're not even good at
Sounds
that.
like you
Brian.
farted.
So I've got we talked about Dobbins going down for the season. I know Gus Edwards is going to be a guy that, he's probably owned anyway, but go ahead and start Justice Hill this week. He's behind Gus the Bus, but the Browns ran wild on the Bengals, and I believe the Ravens are going to do their best to do it as well. 12.9 points, if I'm not mistaken, last week in fantasy in fill-in duty. That's pretty decent. Imagine you get a game plan and you can actually script them into the offense. Not a terrible option. So if you're smart, you will do this show justice and you will start Justice Hill this week. Likely if you don't have any good running backs, but I'm assuming that if you're watching our show, you're likely looking for these deep sleepers. So, if you have both of these guys and someone else is, it's the whole 0 RB thing, right? Like, you got a good idea here. Let's run with it. Yes, Giggles, what would you like to say? He's just like saying, he's thinking something. Just say
down there.
it. Just say it.
Yeah, just squirming.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
good.
sure you are. I'm sure you are. You know what? I'm gonna get you talking. What did Steve pick, Ted? Get you involved in that.
Steve went for. This is actually a really good pick. He hauled in Kenneth Gainwell, which is wacky. I feel like we were told this all preseason that Gainwell was gonna be the guy. I was reading the reports. I didn't believe any of it. There's a bunch of backs out there in Philly that can play, but he was the guy. This is 62% snap share, started in just 3% of sleeper leagues, took the bulk of the Eagles snaps. He had carries. They used him in the passing game. We trust that Philly sticks with just one RB, or will it be a rotation week to week? I'm not sure, but if it just sits there and his rotation is that he's getting 62%, Steve's right. Kenneth Gainwell is a good pickup if he's available and he's a guy that you can get your hands on in this league and start. I would be starting Kenneth Gainwell. Really good.
I would like to add Kenneth Gainwell hasn't practiced for the last 2 days, and the Eagles play on Thursday. So
if he's not in practice tomorrow, then that's it.
That's probably why Steve didn't want to have to be here to bring that up.
My recommendation is probably avoid the Eagles backfield right now, man. It's a mess. Like, who would have thought that Rashad Penny was going to be a healthy scratch this week? Like,
how did DeAndre Swift do last week?
Not well.
If we're talking about messes too, I'm sorry about the Justice Hill pick, but I don't know if I'm running out and clamoring to pick Gus the Bus or Justice Hill either. I feel like we've seen this show when J.K. Dobbins wasn't around. And
they still have Melvin Gordon on the practice squad. That's another backfield.
That should have probably been the sneaky ad this week, just to say that you have one of these guys on your roster. But I'm not starting any of these guys. I think that's my main worry. Just because they've been through this show, like we've seen this for the last 2 years, right?
You're not going to start a guy like Justice Hill on a week where they're likely going to be running the ball and have to get to 2 guys.
No, it's too early. If you've drafted your team, sorry, this is your start, so I'm pooping all over it. I was trying to be quiet about it before.
I'll argue against it, but go for it.
If you've drafted your team and you're in a position where you have to pick up Justice Hill in a waiver wire and start him over, I'm just going to assume that you have 2 decent running backs. If you're in a league where you start 2 RBs, which is I would say like 99% of them. Where would you have room to start a Justin Hill? Who would you take out? I mean, a Dobbins maybe was your number 2 starter. You'd be looking at putting in a Justice Hill, but I think I would probably I'd still probably go Gus over him anyways. And there has to be a backup on your roster that you drafted that's going to be better than Justice Hill that you would start over. I mean, maybe you have like an Algier on your roster or something like that who's playing, under Bijan, right? But like you could still get away with starting an Algier and at least know that you might score a TD or something like that. Yeah, I know that Justice scored a couple of times, but still, I mean, both those guys had 8 carries. One was involved, I think it was like 17 snaps. The other had like 15 snaps. They're going to divvy this shit up. I don't know who's getting what. And I, like I said, I think I've seen this show before. And although he's gotten more than he has in previous years, I mean, he's been around for such a long time. I just don't know if he's shown me enough.
If you do show up in the group chat this Sunday, Ted, I know that'd be a rarity, but if you do and Justice still scores, you owe me.
Yeah.
No,
I want you to tape a video, put it on Twitter, and apologize.
I'll say Ryan was right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Ted though that like maybe a Justice Hill or a Gus Edwards is a sleepy ad, but like really,
you don't. There's going to be teams out there. You don't think there's teams out there that sucked right out the gate, like they're the 12th place team and like their roster sucks anyway. Like everybody has. There's always sucky rosters out there.
Yeah, but in most leagues, you're going to have 2 starting running backs in. Like you're going to fill your roster, and you're going to have some depth on your bench, whether it be a Tyler Algier or a Roschon Johnson or whatever it may be. I just, in a case like Baltimore, where you don't really know where the carries are going to be given and how it's going to be divided up yet, I just think it's too early to say start one of these guys, whether that be Justice Hill, Melvin Gordon, Gus Edwards. I would avoid all 3 of those guys in my starting lineup right now, just because you don't know.
Why? I'm so surprised that they didn't go take a run at Kareem Hunt.
Well, they haven't yet,
right?
Not
maybe
anyway.
they go out and sign. Maybe they go out and sign Lombardi Lane.
I was really hoping Steve was
Leonard
going to
Fournette.
be here actually, so that I could ask that question. Fournette, same thing, right? I mean, yeah.
Which could still happen. I mean, Fournette's still out there. Is Hunt out there?
Yep.
I feel like he signed. Is he? Yeah.
Or at least last I checked, he was.
Maybe,
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they go out and sign one of those, one of the street free agents. Because we've seen it, like Ted said, last 2 years where JK has gotten hurt. They've split up the carries until all of a sudden they find this street free agent that they're like, hey, actually, this is going to be our guy. And it hasn't been Gus Edwards and it hasn't been Justice Hill the last 2 years. So why would it now be those 2 guys when nothing's changed? Coaches are the same. The scheme's the same. The quarterback.
How did Lamar do against the Bengals last year?
Those guys right now worry me, and I would avoid that backfield.
I'm just okay, and I'll add to this. So, how did Lamar do against the Bengals?
Do you know the answer to this question? Because I actually don't.
No, I don't. I'm asking. No, I'm asking.
Okay, I'll check for you. You guys keep talking.
I'm just thinking, like, hey,
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're right. If you guys are going to avoid, like, they also have another running back that throws the ball, and that's Lamar Jackson. So, I mean,
and runs like a running back.
Well, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at. The whole running back part. That was the comment I made. Thank you.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you're going to avoid that whole backfield, you still have one guy that, I mean, you likely probably don't have Lamar Jackson.
Just run out and pick Lamar up.
Yeah, he's probably on waivers.
Snatch him up off waivers.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is available. So obviously, every good quarterback must be available. I mean, Russell Wilson's probably available. How many leagues is Russ available still?
Yeah, probably a few.
I mean,
so Cincinnati.
if you have Aaron Rodgers, why don't you just go out and snap up and Lamar Jackson?
I would.
Yeah. So Cincinnati last year, game 1.
Can we talk about Aaron? Can we talk about Aaron Rodgers really quick, guys?
Okay. We can't talk about Aaron Rodgers for sure. I want to as well. Is this J.K. Dobbins? Is this the last we've seen of him in Baltimore? Is he done as a Raven?
I think so.
Has to come back from this injury again
as a football player.
embattled in contract talks and squabbles. I mean, I don't know.
Kristen Michael will be ready.
I think it's the last time we see.
Kristen
I think it's the
Michael.
last we see him in the NFL. I think he's done.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
Okay.
You know who I saw?
Rodgers.
You know who I saw?
Aaron Rodgers.
I was just before the show started.
Okay.
I was going to say Family Feud with NFL guys. I thought Ray Rice. I'm just kidding.
Before he became a kicker.
Did he punt it to the other team?
He did. Yeah. 3.
I'm sorry. Like I'm not cheering that a guy got hurt. I will never cheer that a guy got hurt. As much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, I said it last week. I think he has the most punchable face in the
Yep.
state. But I'm sorry. It's hilarious he got hurt. And I'm not saying it's hilarious that he suffered an injury. Like the big picture, like the hype, the hoopla, the crowning of the Jets in the offseason. And now the Packers don't get a first round pick in that trade because Rodgers isn't going to play 65% of the snaps this year. Like the whole thing is just absolutely hilarious to me.
He didn't even play 65% of the snaps in that game.
What do they get if he doesn't play 65? Like a second rounder?
65 seconds.
Yeah,
second rounder.
That's true. Second rounder.
I'm a little pissed about him getting hurt because now I can't. Well, and I could be wrong on this. He could just come back and rehab his way all the way back from a torn Achilles and then finish his career as a Minnesota Viking. Please and thank you.
I hope so. We said that last year. Like, it's only fair. Kirk Cousins like, hey man, I'm out.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Cousins is in the contract year too. So I mean, stranger things have happened. But Rodgers has to like do the full Favre and send a dick pic to a trainer, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess, yeah.
Oh boy, PPR.
Yeah, that's split. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's so funny because it's on that path, right? Not the dick pic, but like it is on that path, right? Like we're getting into crazy town a little bit on how eerie this is getting for the exact storyline we've seen before. Like, are they going to fly him out? Are they going to get, who would it be now? Because it wouldn't be Jared Allen. They're going to go get on a private jet during training camp. They're going to fly, go and pick him up, fly him back. By the end of the day, we're going to watch it on NFL Network. Like it feels like that's the next thing that's going to happen. Because now he's going to doubt himself, right? Not that he's going to doubt himself, but he talked about retirement before, right? And the whole Jeopardy and all that kind of stuff. So now, like, maybe I rehab, but like I'm just rehabbing just to get back to like being able to walk properly and everything. But then there's that part of him that's like, well, maybe I should just go somewhere else and get out of the spotlight a little bit. And then maybe it is Minnesota.
He's 100%. He's for sure coming back next year because he's got too big of an ego to walk away on an injury like that.
You could really inject him into that offense like almost instantly. That was a joke. It was a vaccine joke.
He could leave his DNA all over the place.
Well, now we're getting closer to the Brett Favre.
I got you.
Now we're getting closer to the Brett Favre. Yeah. Yeah, that story is so like it's so wild. It really is because like you just can't really believe it. And then seeing it like it's still anybody that's following it, even like kind of following it. If you're like a casual sports fan, but you know of the story.
Yeah. We're going to see a tweet and Sidney Rice is going to like add him and tell him to come to Minnesota.
Yeah. Like that's insane. It's insane. I couldn't believe it. I got to the ring
losing overtime in the NFC Championship game.
This is Detroit. This ain't Detroit, man. It's Super Bowl. Oh man, the NFL. Maybe the script is a little bit closer than we thought. Maybe we are going to see that 198-yard DK touchdown this year. It's possible.
It's possible.
DK is going to catch it with his app. Did you guys see DK just destroy Akello Witherspoon?
Man. DK is
so many people are mad about it. They're like, "Oh, he pushed it from behind. It was dirty." And it's like, well, maybe the DB shouldn't have given up on the play because like DK was like, here's my chance, boom,
Could you
just
imagine
annihilates the guy.
Could you imagine if DK just decided that I want to play both sides of the ball. I think I'm going to be a free safety. Imagine how terrifying that would be.
And he's terrifying. Like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, if he was allowed to hit you and then pick balls.
Fuck.
God.
Yeah, people thought Cam Chancellor was scary.
Yeah. Cam Chancellor probably thinks DK is scary. That's probably enough.
I think everyone thinks DK is scary. That's interesting. I mean, they wouldn't allow that to happen, but I mean,
we should do that, some version of this for a THNO show one day, like the all whatever team. So you can't pick a guy that's playing defense to play defense. You got to pick a guy to play a defense player to play offense, and we'll like build a team or something like that.
Ed Reed,
yeah, that'd be pretty fun. Ed Reed is a receiver.
Has to be current guys
as your WR1. No, yeah, current guys for sure.
Patrick Queen. I'm just names I know. That's about it.
Yeah.
George Kittle as your middle linebacker.
Cool.
Yeah. Myles Garrett as your tight end.
I like where this is going.
Playing
I like
ball.
where this is going. Maybe Sauce Gardner as like head coach.
Taylor Lewan as your quarterback.
That's a bit of a stretch. Boys, I think we've covered everything this week, mostly Aaron Rodgers topics, which has been great. I know Chris loves that.
I'm going to go watch Con Air now.
Good show.
I had a buddy in a group chat. We were talking about it. He goes, all I could think is Chris has been smiling nonstop for the last like 12 hours. I'm like, I'm not that much of an asshole, guys.
Really though?
I mean, the jury is still out.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Didn't you just say like minutes ago that you were so happy that he injured himself?
No,
you're taking that out of context.
You set this big primer by. I would never cheer for a guy to get injured, but it was great seeing him get injured.
Yeah. You're gonna be on that Facebook. Am I the asshole?
Ted is twisting my words.
I think that's okay. That's all right. So next week, is everybody here next week? Ted, you're you should come.
What maybe. Maybe. I'm a maybe.
I'm sorry, he should do leave your DNA at home, Ted.
I leave my DNA
not
at
on
the
this
gym.
show.
Yeah, that's true. Don't bring that here. Don't bring your Ted's going on some holidays, so we might be missing him for a couple weeks. But Chris and I will be here, and Steve will be here, and it'll be just as funny. And then hopefully Steve doesn't actually watch this show. I'm just checking my phone. No text. That's good. And maybe Steve just will never see these impersonations of him, and it'll be fine.
I might go to a Hawaii Warriors game versus New Mexico State on the Saturday.
What do you mean, Mike? Do it.
What? Well, we'll see.
Pussy.
We'll see if there's tickets available. I don't know. You won't do it?
You see if there's tickets available? Have you seen the stadium?
There's going to be tickets.
It's football, man. Like they're never sold
We'll
out.
see if there's tickets.
Guys, New Mexico State Aggies a huge draw.
That's just built in out. Oh, sorry, guys. I couldn't get tickets.
Yeah. There's probably you get free ones at your hotel, likely, I'm sure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask around.
It's like Pro Bowl. It's probably easier than a Pro Bowl ticket, I'm sure.
But yeah, I've never been to an NCAA game, so I think that'd be good.
Oh, they're fun. I've been to a Div 2 game. It's fun. Actually, Ted, didn't you go to that one with me?
I've never been to a game with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. So you're missing out, man.
I went to San Diego, New England Monday nighter for you.
Sunday nighter.
I think it was a Monday nighter.
It was Sunday. It was Thanksgiving weekend.
I don't remember. It was an awesome game though.
Yeah, it was. Awesome.
I love watching Matt Castle throw touchdown passes to Randy Moss.
What a world. What a world. Folks, we're at the hour. Everybody wants to go home. This has been a lot of fun. I love talking football with you guys. This is great. This is That Helps No One FantasyCast on Crier Media. When do we normally get Jim on the show? We should get him by like week 5 or something. Maybe when Ted's back.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Man, I can't wait to talk to that guy again.
Great
We'll
dude.
We'll get into that another time. That helps no one FantasyCast on Crier Media on behalf of Ted, Chris, Vacant, Steve. I am Ryan, the host, the most likely person that you'll like on the show. Peace out.